Hi there, Jipples Nipples back out in the field again with the birds. We've come back to Kirgunzeon again today because that was a terrible toss last week. I lost 3 yearlings, one with a Skyleader on it, and they took a massive detour. So today, 20 birds, there's only one of them not been before, so I'll give them a go. See you back at the ranch. So as I say, we're back at Kirgunzeon, 9 miles. Nice day, wee bit nip in the air, but we should be okay. The last time we tossed here, home is over there, but the birds took a massive detour round this way. They came back here and then went home. So yeah, let's just let them off and see how we do today. Oh, one last thing. I'm a bit late in getting to my launch point, so the Skyleaders are going to be off by about half an hour, but we'll deal with that in due course. Right, let's get these birds away. Boys. Well, we're up. Yeah, schooled up again quite nicely. Right over in the distance in the right direction there. Don't appear to have been hit by anything so far. A black crow went amongst them, I think. There we go, diddying about over Kirgunzeon again. Well, on the face of it, that looks like a better toss, but who would know? A bit height on them. Don't turn to Dalbeattie again. No, we're not going to Dalbeattie. We're not going to Dalbeattie. Our first timer's lost it there. There's the fucking hawk there. Look at the hooer. Oh, you can see that. Sparrow. So yeah, that's why Kirgunzeon's a bad toss point, because there's the bop right there. Hope I filmed that because the light's terrible for seeing in this camera. Flying over into the sunshine. So that answers my initial question. Right, where are the birds? So that bop actually did fly right through them. You'll not be able to see them now, they're way over, right above that house over there. Arr! Damn bops. Okay, that'll do for now, heading back to the car. Well, we're back home, as I mentioned. I don't know if I've got the footage, but there was definitely, it looked like a wee male sparrowhawk, but that's me just home. And we'll see how we go on. Right, first and foremost folks, I'll apologise because I cannot work an iPhone to send my information to my editing suite, so I'm having to do with the camcorder as it stands just now, but the camcorder's not great because it doesn't really get in that close. Anyway, you saw my toss. We definitely had the bop visit. I've been worried about Kirgunzeon for the last 3 tosses. I was convinced there was a hawk there, and just as I let them go, it's actually not in the footage, but there was a cock sparrow hawk had a drift right through them. So anyway, so this is today's toss. We've got Rocket Red, 1, 2, 4, 3, and Puffball. This is their info here. So it was a pretty good toss. This is unfortunately, I was a little bit late in getting to the toss point, so the rings have triggered there. That was me in the car. Launch point is here, but it seems to reset the launch point, so I don't know if you can see that down there. So there we go. Pretty good today. We did 20 birds for the 9 miles again, and I think if we look down the bottom, they did it in somewhere close to, if you see down here, it's about 24 minutes when that would come through. So we'll take them one at a time, see how we go on. So in the old Skyleader, you have to knock things off. So we'll take, this is 1, 2, 4, 3. So we'll draw her info. I'm going to have a quick beer here, so apologies for the right, so there we go. That's her graph. So let me see, so the total time, look in the bottom left here, she stops about 23-24 minutes. So we'll go for the point of launch, which is these numbers down here. You see them, speed in blue, altitude in yellow. So it gets up like a good one, hits the 881, an altitude of 118. Now this yellow line starts, that's above sea level, yeah? So that number there is the height above the launch point, yeah? So she coasts along there quite nicely. Seems to drop down to 0 there, I don't know why that is. Anyway, we'll press on. So we get to the 10-minute mark and we're up to 167. Just keep following this along here, down the bottom of the screen. 268. And up to 500, and then a nice steady climbing speed. And you see there we do 956. And then we get to the point where we plateau at 25 minutes. No. Yeah, the first 10 minutes are dead. So it's showing 35 minutes, but it's actually 25. And there you go, she's doing 13:23. And then after about the 24 minutes, we drop in a Corsic. Good bird. And now we'll knock her off. And we'll put the Rocket Red on. Draw your result. So I've got this time graph a little bit off, but this is my wee favourite red cockbird. They're all taking a similar line as you saw from the first picture. So Rocket Red gets out of the basket, and Rocket Red is straight up. Keep an eye down here, mind. So Rocket Red's straight up to 720, and it's straight on to 1000, up to 261. Drops altitude. I suggest that might have been when we saw the bop. drops in speed, but a little bit drop in altitude, then he goes up higher again. You see the spike in the yellow. Then he cranks his speed from 345, gets himself up to 1243 at altitude of 157 meters. Jazzes all the way home and drops in at about 21-22 meters. Well done, the Rocket Red. Then I'll have a look at 1243. This is my wee blue bar that did Bellaby last year, so she's done 100 miles. Gonna try to change her thought processing, but whether we're successful at that I don't know. So, similar line, they've all come up a little bit left of Corsock and towed back in right. Let me see, so yeah, 24-ish minutes, 24.5 minutes maybe. Starts off at the drop height. We'll call that 0 there. It's 600 meters above sea level, but we'll start off at 0. So a bit slow in the uptake, nice steady pickup on the speed. 2.5. Let's just see where she goes there. So we're up to 194 meters. Slowly cranking up the speed. Drops in altitude down to 182, but the speed's up to 476. Right through the flight now, we're cranking it on. We're doing 1170. This is meters per minute. To 1170. Keeps pushing on. Let's see what that measures at. Yeah. We get up to 1233 at an altitude of 183 meters. Seems to spike its altitude there. And then just on the 24 meters, she drops into, 24 minutes, drops into Corsock. So today, that's us now got 20 birds that are pretty comfy doing Corsock to Kirgunzeon. The reason we're going Corsock to Kirgunzeon is now that we're happy with that, the point is we're trying to get to Southerners Point, which is there. Which is so these are 9 miles to here and another 9 miles to there. So the plan is to do 3 tosses at Southerners, and then we're jumping over to Silith. When I was a lad doing this game, people used to routinely train their birds to Silith, but it doesn't seem to be so popular now. What we did last year was we went Corsock, Dumfries, Carrutherston, and went round by Gretna. So last year we followed this line here, taking in the dog leg to avoid the water, yeah? This year, balls deep, eggs in a basket, we're going to Southerners, jumping to Silith, and our first toss is at Sharp, which I believe, there it's there, there's Sharp there. See Sharp there? So we're going to try and do Sharp to Silith to Southerners and on up the road, rather than taking this big dog leg that we did last year. I'm told it's very difficult to do, but before we did this big dog leg, I get 10 minutes flying time in my club just because I'm so far north. My club is down in Dalbeattie, which is, well, you've seen it on the training map. So I fly with this club here and I get 10 minutes on them. I think if we can get the birds to cross the water, we're in our shout. Unfortunately, right along this is the cliffs down at the shore. Absolutely saturated. Colven, Drop Cliff, Sandy Hills. full of perries. There's not so much hills to this. This is criffle. So there you go. We'll call that a successful day today. You just see all three birds again. Pull out the memory. Birds, 20 minutes, all arrive in a cloud and will not kick their butts for that line. So ideally next weekend, decent forecast next weekend, then we're going for Southerness Point, which is down here. Thanks for watching again. You could remember to like and subscribe. You can share it if you want. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you again with the next vid. Take care. Thanks again.